Hello class, Jeremy Spessard here. As you all know, media in any form, whether it's radio, television, newspapers, or social media, all play a huge role in our lives, and it has since its existence. It brings me to the question, does media help or does it cause harm during a crisis? Um, Years ago, news traveled slowly. A good example of this is in 1815, Mount Tambora erupted, and to this day is still the largest volcanic eruption ever recorded. Yet, in those times, news traveled very slowly. It took months for this news to spread. If this would occur today, the news would spread in a matter of minutes. It would play out almost in real time. And so it brings me to the question, is this necessarily a good thing? Um, Many studies and literature reviews have been conducted about the effects of media and its reporting and what it does to society, how it affects society. The increasing use of technology with the internet, smartphones, computers, and tablets, they give us 24-hour access to any news anytime we want it. Some researchers believe that this is a helpful benefit because the news can spread quickly and it can aid in locating missing persons, give warning about natural disasters such as tornadoes and hurricanes and volcano eruptions. It can even aid in collecting donations for disaster relief. One study that was reviewed was small but valid and showed that after an earthquake, media information helped limit the number of casualties and raised financial help for the victims. Another large study that was reviewed showed that information shared by authorities to citizens can help inform the public on what areas to avoid during a disaster and express what needs are, such as, do we need volunteers, food, shelter, monetary donations, etc. That list goes on. And all of this information can be shared to a lot of people in a short amount of time. Along with the good media can do, there are also some negatives. We all know all too well how conspiracy theories and fake news can easily spread. This type of thing is usually not done by news outlets and journalists intentionally, but is often done by society through social media. The news outlets, however, can cause harm and not even realize it. The common place for this to happen is with mass killings. For instance, the Columbine school shooting in 1999 received more news coverage than any other news story during that time period, including two presidential elections, one in 1992 and one in 1996. The media coverage on crises such as mass shootings and killings provide a free publicity for the perpetrator. This is something that the media needs to change. Society wants the details and have a right to the details. However, in these instances, less is more. Many individuals who commit, mass killings do so for fame and notoriety. One researcher spoke directly with 24 mass shooters who said they wanted fame from the media. Because of this, there is now a campaign called Don't Name Them. Public pressure can help change the way media reports the news of mass shootings and violent crimes. We can help to not name the perpetrators. This also extends to us as social media users, and making sure the information about the shooter isn't uploaded over and over again and shared multiple times. The information so far has given ideas on how the media can be both helpful and harmful. Oftentimes there are mixed feelings because society doesn't know what information to trust. As a society, we need to be able to trust that the media is reporting what they know and what they don't know, and that they're being truthful about which is which, so that people can then form their own opinions. There's always a sense of at least a slight distrust of the media because it's hard to verify the information at times. There's been a large increase of mistrust of the media from 1973 until 2006 in one study, where it went from 14.6% of distrust up to 41%. This can be caused from bloggers spreading their opinions instead of facts, people posting false information for political gain, and people spreading false information for nothing more than the sole purpose of just causing fear and panic. However, there are studies out there that give you tips on how to spot fake news and how to identify reliable news sources. For example, build your skills by asking questions such as, where did the information come from? Is this an opinion piece or an ad? And are the writers using emotional tricks to make stories look believable? Next, expand your search. Research the writer or the organization where the information is coming from. Don't just click on the first article that comes up, and see if the information can be confirmed by multiple sources. Finally, use those tips from above and make them commonplace in your everyday lives. If you get in the habit of fact-checking multiple sources of information, you are more than likely going to get better at spotting fake news. In my opinion, after reviewing the articles, I don't think there is a clear-cut answer. I think it depends on the situation at hand as to whether media is harmful or helpful, and I think they can do both. It's obvious that media can cause harm, both knowingly and unknowingly, but it is also obvious that the media can help spread useful information and potentially save lives. Ultimately, I think it comes down to us. I think it's up to the individual and how they gather, process, and use the information. Thank you for your time.